So today's video, we are going to be kind of just following around my second grader. I'm just going to give you kind of a glimpse of the curriculum she uses, somewhat the schedule or routine she follows, and how long each subject takes her, and then how long overall does it take her. Now, we don't follow a strict time schedule, like we start at a certain time, we do a subject at a certain time, but we do kind of have a flow broken up between like their independent work and the work we do together. So what I'll do is when she's doing one of her curriculums, I will kind of mark the timestamps and how long it all takes. And then at the end, I will let you know all together how long did school take. Now, it won't be our whole school day because we obviously take breaks in between, but you'll get an idea of how long she actually spends of her day specifically on schoolwork. All right, so just to give you guys an overview of our school day, today is Tuesday, and so language arts and social studies are subjects, well, and science that we do together. At least my two older daughters do together. So we have Beowulf grammar, that we're doing some pages in. Moving beyond the page, we're reading The Family Under the Bridge. We have our economic cycle unit for moving beyond the page, and then we're starting our sunfly butterfly unit. So all of these things will be done together, and then independently for my second grader, she has her math lesson and some handwriting pages as well. So she decided to start her day doing her independent math, which normally happens because she's normally awake before my other daughter. And so instead of waiting, she gets her independent stuff done first. So we just started using Saxon Math 3, even though she's still in second grade, because she finished her second grade curriculum halfway throughout our school year. So we switched her to Saxon and we use Nicole the Math Lady, and so she just logs on to Nicole the Math Lady's website. So she logs on independently to do her lesson, and so Nicole will teach her the math lesson, and then she does her independent work in here, and then she'll just ask me if she needs help. She does answer her practice questions. She enters them into the Nicole the Math Lady, which I'll show you when she's done, and it grades her automatically. So her video lesson is about 12 minutes. So she'll be watching this for 12 minutes, and then we'll check back in when she's ready to work on her independent practice. So after her video lesson, she goes into her student workbook and she completes her lesson for the day. And so this is where she does her math, and then she enters her answers on her Saxon or Nicole the Math Lady website, and she gets an automatic grade. So she knows automatically if her answers are right or wrong, and then I get an email with her answers, and then that was her math. So altogether, her math took her about 20 minutes today. After she does math, she's still working on her independent stuff. So next would be her handwriting practice. She started Handwriting Without Tears cursive kickoff. And so she normally does like 2 to 4 pages once or twice a week, depending on what other activities we have. And so she'll do about 2 to 4 pages depending on like how intensive it is. And this takes her about 10 minutes to complete. So now we're moving on to our Moving Beyond the Page, The Family Under the Bridge language arts lessons. We're going to read chapter 2 today. The girls take turns reading out loud, and then we're going to do some discussion questions and some activities.
There it was. He had let slip that he really had a heart. Now this homeless family would surely be after that too.
All right, so after they read in this unit study, they have to write some different things about the characters in the story, some like physical characteristics, some words, some thoughts and feelings. And so they do this after every chapter, and then we'll go through some discussion questions. No, you're still at CA, so the second letter needs to go to H. So now we're at, so see how there's CH, but remember, what's the third letter?
A.
A, so we need to go back. CHA.
Okay.
What's the next letter?
So is this it?
Is that it?
Charity, yes.
So what does charity mean?
An organization that helps people. We donate money to a charity that builds houses for homeless people. The giving of money or other help to people. Many people depend on charity for food, goodwill, or kind feelings.
New sentence, an antonym and synonym. What is an antonym?
Is it the opposite of a word?
Yep, and then what about synonym?
Is it the same word, like?
Something similar.
Oh yeah, like, there's actually 3 different words for that. So this one's synonym, two. Synonym and then homophone.
A homophone, no, that's something different. You're going to look at, the first activity is types of jobs. If you want, there's 2 blank spots. You can add in 2 extra jobs that you don't see on here. And then you're going to cut them out and sort them into things that they have in common. So we're going to see what jobs you guys sort together. So that will be the first one. And then we're going to work through this taxes document. So remember how I said when we were talking about like how much money you can make for a job, but then you'll have to pay taxes on it. These are going to give you some examples of like how much somebody would pay in taxes, either from your job or when you go shopping at the store. So we'll do that second. And then the last exercise is you're going to think of a job you would enjoy doing when you grow up. You're going to research and then write, fill in all these blanks, okay? Any questions?
No.
All right, so their last page that they had to do was a little bit of like independent writing about a future career that they would want. And so they needed to do some research on like what skills it takes to get that job, additional schooling. And so she's just finishing up her assignments in her room on her own. All right, and then last for Mila's second grade homeschool day, we are ending up our day with our family science unit. We are using the Sunlight Butterfly unit, and so we're going to start reading this book today. We have some worksheets to do, and that will wrap up our homeschool day. All right, so I wrote down how long about it took her to complete each thing. Now, this isn't the same every day, but I feel like today was a pretty average day, so this is a good judge. So math was 20 minutes, handwriting was 10 minutes, grammar was 10 minutes. Our reading unit from Moving Beyond the Page, The Family Under the Bridge, we spent 30 minutes on that, which includes reading the chapter and then doing some activities. And then our Moving Beyond the Page social studies, which is economics, took us about 30 minutes. And then our science, which is our butterfly unit, took about 15 minutes. So right under 2 hours is what my second graders spent on schoolwork, reading for the day. All right, so like I said, just under 2 hours, and I do feel like that is pretty standard with her coursework. I felt like we did a full day, so maybe we did more than we normally do, but definitely not less. So this is how long and what a typical homeschool day looks like for my second grader who's finishing up her school year and getting ready for the third grade. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Have a wonderful day, and we'll chat soon. Bye.